So back here in my Azure portal, I want to have a bit of a look at auditability. So what I'll do is scroll down and browse the resources I have available on the site. Now one of these is the audit logs. And within my audit logs, I get a nice rich history of all the events that have been going on within this cloud environment. So for example, as I scroll down a bit, I can see up the top an update to the autoscale settings. I've listed a bunch of resources, I've updated my SQL database, and I shut down a virtual machine a little bit earlier as well. We can see that these are mostly informational, but then as I scroll down a little bit further, I can also see there's been an error when I attempted to update my hosting plan. That was a couple of days ago, but let's go and take a look at it. All of this information is made available by virtue of the fact that every single one of the actions you see here in the audit log is something that I had to do within this Azure portal. In years gone by, there'd be many actions which would circumvent all sorts of auditability and logging within an organization. Perhaps a server configuration wasn't documented. A machine was shut down and it wasn't recorded who did it. Indeed, when it's in a data center, it may have physically been someone resetting the device. It's hard to get auditability on that. Now, when we look at this event, the Update Hosting Plan event, which is in the section on the right of the screen, we can see two separate events there. We can see Update Hosting Plan Started, and that's got a little blue informational icon next to it. And then a little bit further up than that, so a newer event, we have this error. Let's drill down. What we're seeing now is quite comprehensive information about what happened. So a couple of days ago, the caller, which is me, my email address, attempted to perform an update hosting plan operation. When we scroll down a little bit, we can see that our substatus was a conflict. And alongside that, we've got a raft of information about the resource group and the provider and other information that will help us understand precisely what happened. Towards the bottom, we have our properties. And it explains here that the reserved instance scaling request cannot proceed until pending scaling actions for this subscription are completed. I tried to change scale before a previous scale request was finished. That's all it was. But it's logged, recorded, and auditable. Everything of any significance you do in a cloud-based portal like Microsoft's Azure is available for review in this fashion. This is absolutely a security strength. And whilst we've certainly had auditability of various services in various ways in that old on-premise model, this takes it to a new level because the whole thing happens implicitly for every action of any significance. As I've said many times already throughout this course, I am giving examples from Microsoft's Azure, but what I want to focus on more than who the individual provider is the fact that the cloud, as a concept that's very well implemented by a number of different very good providers, provides the ability to do all of the things that we've just seen in this module in ways that were much harder, if not impossible, either logistically or financially, without access to the cloud. So that's auditability. Let's go on and summarize the module.